he or she didn't do it or commit suicide. It just happened. So when things just happen, see, when things just happen, which way are we offering to packaging the doctors by thinking so indication of third autopsy and politeness understanding wheel tracks. Wheel tracks. Did it happen last night with wheel track? If you ask Eve, you can. But based upon the dead body of no genital, what? What happened? See? What does that sound like? Autopsy doctor. See? Did not say something last time that I don't have clients, but based upon plastic surgeon, it's autopsy. Is it? I just call it autopsy. I love autopsy. So after that, is that balanced sound? So in that way, what happened if I have an accident and all of a sudden I have no genitals? So does that mean a truck ran over my body and then automatically cut my genital? That means integration of resolution and matching into second and fifth autopsy to know where the evil is, the hammer is, the layer is, and the dime is. If you do some research, wherever that dime is, in how many years that he or she used to be poor, or no genticle of thoughts and intuition of thoughts, it is 3.6.2 of Jinnah. And in that way with autopsy is that that's all I know. So rules and regulation are found. But the thing is, never look. But if you see one, how can you claim by an accident, by wheel thingy? And do you just leave the dead bodies there, or try and spend some money on making a coffin and put it in the graveyard? And if an animal is dead, the body's just there, will you put it in the graveyard? I don't think so. So once mouse eats it, ant eats it, flamingo eats it, or anything that eats it with leftover food by the dead body, what is its own value to find which one has been reincarnated? Confusing, isn't it? No, it's just I shouldn't. I'm not racist, but that Asian psychiatrist in Sydney hospital. I sound like him. I act like him. Do I? No. is. Anyway, so in that way, autopsy being an autopsy and knowing the autopsy is that how will we know the next breed, no, the next mate? You serious? Since I'm not racist, because I'm not into Asian, but I'm Asian, it's just I love Aussies. So, in the next mate, do we have orgies? Organically, once we know the knowing of to identify the Ostolo. Is, are we frightened? What's that thing in there? Diamond or gold? So, if there's a blood cell in there that has 2.1 and 3.6 and 3.5, is that, did he used to be a miner digging for gold? Or he's just an animal lover to mate into the next dead body? Oh, I really like dead bodies. So in relation to dead bodies, autopsy is, I'll continue with autopsy, but I don't have rules. You have to ask me. But mating is that once you identify its various way to intertake the soul of and intim the knowing of a lover to mate into the next embryo, and that if there is a dead body with a little embryo, accidentally, which rules will know, because there's no gender. And if there's no gender, it's just, how come? I don't get it. But based upon I don't get it, what is the abbreviation of vocationally and vertical of D la? What does that sound like? Autopsy. Interesting. Why am I acting like this? I shouldn't have told you. I'm not acting an actress, but autopsy. Based upon which one? So next time, if there's a dead body without a head, is it an elephant? A rabbit? What is it? It's just skin. Interesting. So in that autopsy, when there is no guts, just skin, how would you know what is it? Joseph? Isn't that something out there? And since you know what it is, you are refuel. No, you are. It's Vantan. That's what you call it. So when in that way, how would you know where the leg is, the head is, the heart is, kidneys, lungs, stomach, stuff like that. Easy, isn't it? When it just looks like skin or flesh. But if there's a dead body without any parts, is there? How would you know what it is? Interesting, isn't it? Interesting. So fun in relation to that. Interesting. What vella is that you trunk with in relation to ivory or inno? And with autopsy, once there is an accident, we don't have to do it anymore. We just leave it on the road, and if more cars drives past, it just goes flat. And later on, depends on the weather, it's stuck into the road by Palasi. You don't have to paint it. It's just stylish. Is it? Is it worth it? Stylish in that way? I don't think so. But autopsy is just, in what way will you unperform the dun-dun? Figure it out. But in so, if there's a dead head, what is it then to identify the skull? And observing, what is it? No skin, no head, no flesh. Boneless, but there's no liquid. So, since there's no liquid, what integration will be for gardener to understand what it is before dying off into decaying a worm and verifying that the ant ate it and indicating where the ant share it, and often where the ant knowing not to eat but stomaching the next flesh to indicate, oh, I thought that is the same animal, but it's not. It's just species of autopsy. Fund. Species of autopsy. One. Species of autopsy is based upon any kind of flesh, but which laboratory will it be in relation to surgeon? So, I can't pronounce this thingy. S-A. Santa. No. Saint. No. The devil thingy. S-A-N-A. I can't pronounce it. So, in that way, decoration of flesh and plastic surgery. Are you gonna obey with Fint for rules? And in so, simple thing is, which parts will verify its autopsy to indicate which artistic way for sales price without stinking into perfume and boxing into packaging and knowing where the evilness cell is. So, if it's not evil, how many more years later we will be decoyed in relation to Nung, which means mutant. So in that way, having a car crash accidentally, is it Finn's fault, my fault, your fault, anybody's fault? And it's just a dead body. And if it's just a dead body, how would you know? That means it's gone. So, do the ants eat it when it's gone? It's not there on the road anymore? Or it's just watercolor? Huh? Oh Jesus, on my foot. I don't know what you call that. But if there is a mark on the road based upon a dead body, what is it, Joseph, in relation to knowing the simple issue of autopsy? Has it been blessed and making a rug by Rubia and mathing condition of dead cow and put in the graveyard? What for? Butcher. So my question is, butcher, once you have meat by cows, where's the bones? On the ground? Trunks? Simple, isn't it? So in that way, what's going to be in the ground? Fertilizer of tree? Oh. Oh. Oh, Fint. If there is one, would a beautiful tree grow by sharing blownless love of death, edible? I don't get it. I don't get it. It's just, I'm not an autopsy. I'm not a plastic surgery, but saving, enjoyment of rules of clause and indicating where how pleasurable it will be for sales price for the dead possum. What? No. It's just, what else would it be if it's a dead body? So it doesn't mean I just died because it's just like my footprint is there, but I'm still here. I don't get it. But I don't have genitals. So in that way, how would you know what it is? What the footprint is me, obviously. But if you get one, think about it. No. If you get one, how would you know what it is? Is it misery? I don't know. I never know. I don't want to know. But knowing in soul, throughout knowing of our soul, is that throughout knowing, the know of is verifying the third autopsy and inking into knowing of, so in and outcasting into autopsy vertically to identify the day. So, my next husband, if you don't have genital, does that mean anything? You're not identifying the autopsy, but based upon mutant. What is it? in relation to movie directors, Dokana, and in song, will it be real? So long then. But then, if there is a beautiful smell, what is it? I don't know. But if it is overwhelming, the fifth autopsy by feet, it's balanced. But if there's no feet, just dead things, how will we know where it has been? So then, in relation to how will we know where it has been, do we need the horizontal of the body, hand, 2 feet, body, head, neck, buttless. Buttless. Interesting. Buttless. If it's buttless, what kind of flesh identify its butts? So, if there's missing organs, simple, isn't it? It's just one butt or little butt in the animal. Look at Foxy. Just Uranus. So if there's no butt, does that mean, simple thing is, he used to be a smoker? Oh. But she has not identified its genital because they weren't in love to have sex. But when they mate, they just had one off to have a next orphan, like me. But it's not identical by knowing the know-of and knowing the know-of to body figure the overwhelming amount of access availability by liquidation and autopsy. Andrew Straw, due to autopsy, what kind of things is in this flesh? Blood or alcohol? If you have a little bit of gas on the bottom, if it's still savable, and you can actually cut it out and keep it on the nitrogen. But I'm gay. I don't have babies. It's just a revision to knowing what to know of and identifying the so-so, inting the knowing of know of. But measuring the tracer in relation to printing without body is just flat. And when it's just flat, what nerves is still alive in relation to autopsy by being in love to feel genitals? But in that way, where is this orphan? Here he is, and knowing that, not knowing the know of, to verify the soul way and inking the inkay of knowing, the verification by policy and identifying a saver to love in the next million years. All right. So in that way, once there is one, which cell will overturn the saver to flat out the dead body into a graveyard. Does that knowing what to know of to verify its own way by bodying its knowing and knowing the soul way of foot saver by Ugg boots. So, if there's a dead body with clothes on or naked, which one is Decoy? If you want to be in love with me,